All right, welcome SSAs. I see we have teams from all different parts of the United States and even some in different countries. So thank you for joining us. Dave Ulloa here. Just wanted to do an additional value add for you guys because I know how much you guys pour into other people, and sometimes it's good to get poured into ourselves and to open up to receive. And if you're anything like me, sometimes that's a hard thing to do because we're such givers that sometimes it's uncomfortable or we don't even know how to receive. So I hope that you receive this information and you do something with it. This is additional bonus, if you will, that was tugging on my heart the last time I wanted to do a follow-up with you guys. And then life just took an unexpected turn. So I figured, you know what? You could always hit the reset button and do it again. So here we are. And boy, I don't know of a better event that we could have come out of to really go after it in our secret business. How many of you, just by a show of hands, whether virtual hands or physical hands, have already made at least one sale in your secret business leaving out of boot camp? All right, I see a couple of hands there. BB, awesome. I see, who's that? PV. Okay, PV, awesome. Congratulations. Elise Howard, congratulations. See Anthony Blake, congratulations. Awesome. Awesome. And for those of you that haven't, and you want to, I guarantee it that that's going to be the only end result if you follow what we're going to share with you here. And the one little bonus tip that I'll give you, and this is what's so powerful about going and being an SSA and getting some of the amazing training that you guys get, that we get the day before. And this was a very special one because obviously, you know, Sean Smith was sharing and just powerful stuff. And how many of you, like me, took a bunch of notes in your secret journal and got a bunch of notes in here, just golden nuggets, right? I see most of you have. So I'm going to give you a bonus tip because here's what happens. Sometimes people are constantly like, well, who do I talk to? Like, who do I go talk to? I got all this. I want to go talk to people. I want to go talk to people. So the two things I'm going to share with you on how that starts. Number one, I'm going to recommend each and every one of you redo your names list. Okay, go get yourself a journal that's 100% only dedicated to doing a new names list. And if you've already started, and I'm not talking about a list that you had a year ago or 2 years ago or even 6 months ago, there's something to be said to put the energy towards something new and revisiting and putting a journal with all of your contacts. I'm talking about doing a phone dump. Every name comes out of your phone and put it into a system. See, one of the challenges with people's names lists is they don't have a system. Their system, if you think your system is your phone by having your names in the contacts, you are mistaken because you don't physically see it. It's easy to forget. It's not top of mind. But if you have a system, and maybe call me old school, some of you may have some really cool CRM type online systems, and that's cool, and that's okay because at least you have a system there. But I'm old school. I like to write it down. I like to know when I called them, what happened, and I get to track everything. So if you notice, I don't put one name after the other. I put a name and then I leave space, and then I get to take notes on what part of the process they're in. What have I shown them? Are they still a prospect? Have they not seen anything? Did I invite them? Did they say no? Did they see it? Everything is right here so that I can refer to it. So that is step number one, is going to be to develop your new list. And everybody should go on their list. You should get on your social media and go back and look at who you've been taking pictures with, who are your friends, 2-3 years ago that maybe were with you and no longer are with you. Write their names down. There isn't anybody that you should prejudge and put their names down. Now, here's a little bonus tip that I'm going to encourage you guys to do. These trainings and the books that you read, and I know how committed you guys are to personal development, you could literally turn that into a prospecting gift and have more leads and more people reach out to you and connect with you that you could turn into an exposure. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, one of the coaches, Yvette and I, we have coaches as well, just like I'm sure you guys do, and we pay a lot of money for very high-level coaches in different areas of life. Well, one of our social media coaches taught us this strategy, and I'm going to share it with you guys, and it's so simple, but it's so powerful, and he calls it ILT. ILT. What does that stand for? ILT stands for invest, learn, and teach. Okay? Invest, learn, and teach. So this amazing Thursday night event with Sean Smith, where we all got a bunch of incredible notes, we could keep it to ourselves and transform our lives with the information. Or what if you came from a place of abundance and you came from a place of wanting to serve, and on your Facebook or on your Instagram, whatever social media channels you're doing, do a Facebook Live and share some of the nuggets that you got, some of the notes that you got, some of the aha moments, some of the awarenesses, giving credit to Sean because this is his content, but letting people know that you want to share some of the things that you learned because this impacted your life. And here are the notes that you got from the event that you took. You can edify the SSA program. You can edify the value that it brings. Now watch this. When you do that and you put that information out there, that good stuff out there, there are going to be people that jump on. Ask them to engage. Hey, so tell me, what if you're watching this on the replay or you're watching it live, what is your greatest fear? Are you open to personal development? What's your favorite book? And you're asking engaging questions while you're doing the Facebook Live so people can comment on it, okay? As people comment on it, then at the end of however long you do it for, and you guys can take a look at the one I did a couple of days ago. It's on my Facebook page, so you can get at least some context to it. But at the end, before you let them go, you do a call to action. And your call to action is very simple. Hey, some of you are friends here that I may know personally. We may know through some mutual friends. If you're looking for a community of people that are like-minded, that are all about growing, looking for solutions instead of focusing on the problems, do me a favor, comment in the comment section or send me a private message. I don't know if my community is a community that'll fit for you, but we are always looking to help people in a community that we have. So if you're looking for an incredible peer group, send me a private message and I'll see if we're a good fit. Okay. So that one little call to action at the end could lead to somebody reaching out to you that has no idea about Seacret. That might be a friend of a friend of a friend, but what did you just do? You put some good stuff out there and you're seeing if anybody is open to it. The other thing that you do with that video is make sure you leave it on your timeline. Don't erase it, don't remove it, leave it on your timeline. And as soon as you're done with your Facebook Live, right after you're done, you go back to that post and everybody that liked it, everybody that commented on it, everybody that said something, engaged somehow on that post, you want to acknowledge them. You want to comment on their comment. Why? Two things happen. Number one, what happens is the algorithm of your post now is starting to get more relevance because there's activity. Believe it or not, if you don't know this, Facebook has an algorithm just like everybody else. And the more activity that happens, the more exposure that you get. So immediately when you start commenting on all the comments, more and more people will start seeing it, which means more eyeballs, means more potential prospects. Now, anybody and everybody who comments on that post that is not a part of Seacret, and how can you tell whether they're Seacret or not? Well, you can go to their Facebook page and see, do you have mutual friends? Are they talking about Seacret? And if they're not talking about Seacret, even the mere fact that they liked it, they commented on it, that is now a potential prospect for you to introduce to Seacret. But you don't go for the kill right away. You don't go for the kill right away. You engage in conversation. Hey, so tell me right now, that's relevant to the post that you just made. Hey, so do you mind telling me right now, where do you live? What do you currently do for a living? Awesome. What kind of peer group inspires you? You know, questions like that, where you're asking questions to build rapport. And at some point in time, there's going to be that moment where you say, hey, listen, I don't know if it's for you or not, but the community that I'm a part of, we're doing some big things. And matter of fact, we're expanding in your area. Would you be open to taking a look at a 14-minute video? Okay. Then you get the ask. And the ask is, don't just send them the link. Ask them if they're open to taking a look. And that's how you can get more exposures using your social channels. Does that make sense? Any questions on that? I'm giving you guys some high-level stuff, and I apologize that that wasn't even a part of this, but I just saw my secret thing on here, and I'm like, I just did one of these, so maybe it'll inspire some of you to do that as well. Got it? Okay, great. All right. So,
Dave, I do have a question. This is Yolando.
Yes, Yolando.
Okay, so you were talking about doing the list. I've been in Seacret since November of 2019, but I was previously in 2020. I was previously in World Ventures starting in 2019. So I have the list, and I've worked through a lot of my list, not everything. So I know that's one thing that I need to do, is actually go back to the people that I never reached out to on the first list. But the ones that I reached out to on the original list, should I just leave those people? Because I think I've exhausted a lot of those people, and they've either said no or not interested, or yes, they were interested, but then did nothing. So should I get back to those people, or start fresh with a new batch and then go back to those people later?
Great question, Yolando. So what I would recommend is leave those people alone for now, even though keep them on your list. But at the end of your list, this is what, again, I'm just sharing with you what I did. I put down a whole bunch. I put down 50 new names since Monday on my list. And those 50 new names are more people that I'm connected with now than some of the old names on my old list. This is why I personally believe, even though if you have a list, expand on that list and put new names that are more relevant right now that you might be more connected to. And those are the ones that you reach out to first. The other ones, in a month from now, 3 months from now, then you could revisit with them. But I would definitely start with a new group of people just to keep that energy fresh. Does that make sense? Perfect. The Niners shirt. Yep, she's rocking the Niners. That's for sure. That's great. Okay, cool. All right. So now let's get right into it. I'm gonna get right into it, and we're gonna go shotgun style. So I'm gonna give you guys a lot of good stuff in a short period of time here. So I want you guys to pay close attention, because this is what creates success. This is what has created success for us. As a matter of fact, before I show you that, let me give you just a little bit of history. So what I'm going to share with you, some of you may have heard in our previous company, but it is so powerful, the simple structure and the system, because when Byron and I a while ago, we started asking questions, especially our wives, Susan and Yvette, started asking questions as to what actually made the difference. Because so many people ask us, what do you do today that helps you to create success in your life? And I think that's the wrong question, because what we do today is not necessarily what we did in the beginning. Now, we still do what we did in the beginning. I'll share with you what I mean by that. But the more important question is, what did we do in the beginning to make that transition from being broke, $70,000 in credit card debt, hating a job, not knowing that there was anything else? What was the difference from that bridge, from where we were to cross over that bridge to becoming a successful top income earner in network marketing, making millions and millions of dollars, financial freedom, all that fun stuff? How did that happen? And as we interviewed a whole bunch of top income earners, we found a common thread. we found kind of like, how many of you have ever read the book Think and Grow Rich? Any of you ever read that book? Okay. So Think and Grow Rich, it was kind of a similar concept, but what Napoleon Hill did is he had access and went and interviewed the most successful 500 people at the time. He was able to get access and interview those people, and that's how he wrote Think and Grow Rich. Well, in our industry, we did something similar, and we found out that there was 5 simple things that each one of them, they said it in different ways, but we put it into a simple structure and a simple context that I'm going to share with you guys. And if you take this on, it could literally change not just your business, but your entire life. And what's really cool, I know I'm talking to a group where you're probably going to be hearing some of these things. I'm like, yep, I do that. Yep, I do that. But the key to this whole thing is this. If every day you wake up and you could, before you go to bed at night, and you can say, today I won the day. Today was a successful day. I did the things to set me up to win today. If you win today, then you set yourself up to win tomorrow. And if you win on a daily basis and you win the week, are you going to have a more successful month? Of course you are. If you have a more successful month, then you're going to have a more successful year. Of course you are. If you have a more successful year, you're going to have a more successful life. Absolutely. So these 5 simple things are designed to help you win the day and win in your life and win in your business of Seacret. It's just 5 simple things. So in order to understand what the 5 simple things are, we got to understand how our mind works, right? Most of us understand the difference between our unconscious mind and our conscious mind. And our unconscious mind is the power source of all of our thoughts, our behaviors, the words we say, our emotions, our experiences, our beliefs, and our habits. But the challenge for most people is they leave an event and they want to come out of there and they consciously want to push through. And there's something to be said for willpower, where we can have the willpower and do it for a period of time. But if we don't reprogram our subconscious mind at the power source of where the truth lies and the cause of all of our actions, behaviors, thoughts, and emotions, then we're just going to revert to the old beliefs, the old habits, the old fears, the old behaviors that we have that got us to where we're at. So if you're not where you want to be, then wouldn't it make sense to reprogram certain areas? But most people don't know how to reprogram. Now, I'm not going to go into the super duper subconscious and all that, just giving you a context to understand that this simple system of win the day, what it's doing is it's basically reprogramming your mind at the subconscious level. You are actually going to reprogram your mind at the subconscious level with what you want in there, based on your goals and your dreams, not what somebody else wanted for you in your life, not what your parents believed you should be or your environment grew up for you to believe. It's what you consciously decide that you want as a goal, i.e., I want to be diamond one day with Seacret. Okay, if that's a goal that you have, then is the programming of your subconscious mind, is it programmed to achieve that level? For me, back in the day, I promise you it wasn't. I promise you it wasn't. It was because of all of the restrictions, all of the no, stop, don't, you can't do that. Growing up, I didn't believe in myself like many other people. So how do we get that reprogramming done? Well, very simple. So these are the 5 elements of Win the Day. And again, if you've seen this before, because Byron, I believe, talked about it up on stage years ago, but I want you to hear it from a new perspective, a fresh perspective, a Seacret perspective. So step number 1. Step number 1 is to read your declarations every day, twice a day. Read your declarations every day, twice a day. In the morning, as soon as you wake up, and at night before you go to sleep. But these declarations have to be written in the correct format to communicate with your subconscious mind. What do I mean by that? Well, language, as you guys know, is so important. So if you're writing, some people call them affirmations. And let me just kind of make the distinction. The difference between affirmations and declarations. Affirmations are words, and it's a great start. It gets you at least consciously putting down what it is that you want. So affirmations are words, and you read the words, which is a great start. But declarations take it to the next level, because when you declare something, you declare it with belief, with emotion, with passion. So when you read these affirmations, turn them into declarations, and you want to read them as if you declare it. Add some emotion of certainty, add some emotion of excitement, add some emotion of gratitude. So when you add the emotion to the affirmation, it equals a declaration. How many follow what I'm talking about? It may be so simply distinct and different, but it is so powerful when you declare it. So how do you write it in the proper format? Well, as you know, sometimes when people write goals, they'll write down, oh man, I want the, I don't even know how to write them in a bad format anymore, because I programmed my brain to write them in a way that communicates to my subconscious mind. But if your goal or your declaration does not start with an I am, you're missing the entire boat. Because once you say I am, so every one of your declarations that you write, and I'm going to give you examples of what mine are that I just created new ones on Monday, and I got a whole list of them that I read, but for this particular context, I just started a whole new declaration. I'll share it with you. But when you say I am, you immediately call in your soul. You immediately call in and you start communicating to your subconscious mind just by saying those words. So everybody say it with me. I am. I am. And anything that you say right after that, you're choosing to believe that is what you are. But see, the problem with most people is unconsciously, they're constantly saying, I am not good enough. I am not successful. I am not a blue diamond. I am not this. I am not, I am broke. I am, and they're saying that their I ams are what they don't want. So they're acknowledging what is, but they're constantly focusing on and saying, I am. So our declarations need to be I am, and specifically what it is that you want to achieve. Now let me pull this up. Give me 1 second, because I want to share with you guys. All right, here it is. Okay. So as an example, you guys want to take a screenshot of this. I'm going to put mine up here just so you guys can see as an example. So these are declarations. These are my declarations that I just created. And I want you to see the syntax and the context of the languaging and how it's written, because I want you guys to write your own, but doing it in this format for this purpose. Because if you want to win the day, you got to have your declarations written in the proper way, or else it's not going to be as impactful. So I am Blue Diamond with Seacret by October 2021. Okay, I'm declaring it. And if you want to take it to a whole nother level in the morning, as soon as you wake up, when you say that declaration, here's what I do. I say, I am Blue Diamond with Seacret by October 2021. And I close my eyes and I run a mental movie, adding emotion of certainty, of absolute power and courage. And I see myself just for 5 seconds walking the stage, hearing my voice being announced as Blue Diamond, owning that I am. Owning that I am. Because when you see it, you say it, you feel it, you hear it, what starts happening is you start bombarding your conscious mind with what it is that you want. And as you know, with the unconscious mind, what's amazing about the unconscious mind is, let's just say, let me just see if I can find something here. All right, I got this little gorilla. Okay, let me close this out. All right. And I want you guys, with your eyes open, I want you to see this gorilla. Can you guys all see it? Okay, awesome. Now what I want you to do, as long as you're not driving, if you're driving, pull over. I want you to close your eyes, and with your eyes closed, I want you to imagine the gorilla in your mind's eye. So close your eyes, imagine the gorilla you just saw with your mind's eye, and close your eyes. Awesome. Open your eyes again. You see him here again? Now close your eyes and see it with your mind's eye closed. Okay. As human beings, feel free to open up your eyes. And if you, how many of you, just by a show of hands, could see the gorilla in your mind's eye? I mean, we are, as human beings, that's a gift that we have where we could visualize, okay? If you couldn't see the gorilla in your mind's eye, it's because your head's in the way and consciously you're making it more complicated than what it needs to be. We all visualize, we all dream, we can all see. But see, here's the key to understand what I'm talking about, is whether you're seeing this in what we perceive to be reality or you're seeing it with your eyes closed in your mind, your unconscious mind does not know the difference. It believes both to be true, both to be real. So when you start imprinting by visualizing your goals and your dreams in your mind's eye, you're sending a message to your subconscious mind, and it starts activating what we call the reticular activating system, the RAS, where you start hearing, seeing, you start acting, you start believing, and you start attracting the things that you choose, that you want, when you start tapping into the power source of your subconscious mind. How many follow what I'm talking about? Okay, this is high level stuff, by the way, just so you guys know. And I'm giving you this high level stuff because I know you guys can receive it, okay? And it is recorded, so if you need to watch it again, awesome. So your declarations are step number one. Declarations are step number one. Also, what I'm going to encourage you to do, so having your ultimate goal. So Yvette and I, we want to be Blue Diamond by October 2021, which is the view. Also, something you may want to put in there. What are a habit or a behavior that maybe you currently aren't doing that you know you need to do, and that would be so crucial for you to do on a daily, weekly basis to achieve your goal? For example, this is where the next one comes in. I love connecting with 10 people a day. That's something I haven't done for a long time for whatever reasons, health reasons, there wasn't too much excitement to talk about, whatever it is. I wasn't connecting with 10 people a day. So I know if I connect with 10 people a day, and all I mean by connecting is just reaching out to them, giving them a call, sending them a message, checking in, not inviting them, not presenting, just connecting with 10 people every day. If I do that 7 days a week, that's 70 people I've connected with, okay? So that's a habit that I know I need to install. So even though right now, actually, I just started doing it on Monday, I want to have that as a declaration so that I own it and I become it. Same thing. I love winning the day every day. Okay. Just like you guys, these 5 things I'm focusing on. I love winning the day every day. I'm a leader of leaders and also attract leaders effortlessly. I am a healthy, disciplined, masculine presence. And my last one is I am grateful, warriors and queens. Welcomes 100 attendees this year. It's one of our programs that we do that we're wanting to expand. So I am. What I'm going to encourage you guys to do is to write down your declarations using this simple process of I am. You want to put an emotion in there next. I am grateful. I am powerful. I am courageous that I am Ruby by so-and-so date, or whatever it is that you want. If you would like, write out 5 to, I like doing less than 10, just the way I am. Yvette loves doing 20 and 30, just because she can take in more stuff than I can. But if you'd like, write them out and send them to me. Put them in the WhatsApp app chat if you want, so I could help maybe correct or improve your declarations, because this is so crucial on writing it the right way if you want to impact your subconscious mind. Does that make sense? Okay, cool. Yes, Joe Dispenza. I haven't gone to any of his events yet, but he's definitely on the list. He is phenomenal. One of the best when it comes to brain science, for sure. Okay, so step number 2. Step number 2. Read 10 pages of a good book a day. Read 10 pages of a good book a day. Let me put the AC on. It's getting a little hot here. Give me 1 second. Okay. So 10 pages of a good book a day. Now notice it says read, not listen to the audio. That's good too, but we're talking about reading. There's a difference between listening and reading. Again, you're bombarding your subconscious mind with things that you want to put in there. So reading a good book. And what do I mean by a good book? I mean, we're not talking about novelas. We're not talking about gossip magazines. We're talking about reading a book like any of these behind me that is of a personal development, business, entrepreneurship, autobiography, inspiring, anything that gives you knowledge, wisdom, inspires you. Reading 10 books of a good book every day. Okay, at least 10. If you read more, awesome. But at the minimum, 10 books. So number one, you read your declarations as soon as you wake up in the morning when your brain is foggy and low. And then number two, you read it. Actually, the first part, number one, you read it at night before you go to sleep. Again, why at night before you go to sleep? These things I'm telling you may sound so simple, but they're so important because when you go to sleep at night, the last thing, I remember when I was a police officer, my last assignment was community relations officers with the chief of police. So I needed to know what was going on in the city of LA. So every night I would go to sleep watching the 10 o'clock news. And guess what's on the news? Bad stuff happening to different people every day. So I look back and I wonder how I didn't like commit suicide. I mean, I don't say that jokingly, but I was depressed. I was like low energy. Every morning I would wake up. And what I realized going through personal development is when we go to sleep, the last thought, the last image, the last emotion that we have before we go to sleep, even though our bodies go to sleep and we may be unconscious, our subconscious mind is constantly processing what it is that we thought about last. So wouldn't it make sense to actually embed in our subconscious mind our goals, our dreams, our declarations, or maybe even a question that you have of a challenge that you're experiencing. So while you go to sleep, your subconscious mind is working on your behalf. It starts processing what it is that needs to happen or that could happen. And if you do that compounded over a period of time, again, now you're embedding in your subconscious mind where you want to go. So again, declarations in the morning and at night, twice a day, every day. And I encourage you to print it out, put it on your refrigerator, your declarations, put it on your screensaver, put it on your phone, put it on your visor in your car. So everywhere you're going, you're bombarding your mind with the direction you want to go. Step number two, read 10 books of a good book every day. And step number three is listen to 30 minutes of a great audio every day. 30 minutes of a great audio every day. Now you got to start hitting the other side, which is our auditory function, and listening to, it could be anything in personal development. Tony Robbins, Jim Rohn, you guys know all of it. It could be an audio book as well. It could be a YouTube video with one of your favorite speakers and you just watch it for 30 minutes. You could be listening to it on your car, on your way to work. 30 minutes of a great audio. And again, personal development, entrepreneurship, something that's going to help you to grow, that's giving you new perspectives, that's giving you new belief. It could be inspiration. It could be all that fun stuff. So at least 30 minutes. So if you've done these three things, you're close to winning the day. Now, so far, are these three simple things to do? Is anybody out like, oh man, I can't do that. I don't got time to write down my declarations. You know, I don't got 30 seconds in the morning to read it or 30 seconds at night before I go to bed. I just don't have it in me. Okay, that's you. Then you really don't want to win in life. And I know it's none of you that are on here, but these are three simple things. And you notice these three things is all focused on getting your mind right. All focused on getting your mind right. Because if your mind is not right, there's no shot of you taking action to succeed in the goals that you want to achieve. So these three things is all mindset, getting your mind in the right place, not on social media, constantly looking at everybody else live their life and all the doom and gloom that's going on in the news and the radio. Cancel all that out. You want to start tuning into your channel. Now, here's where the rubber meets the road. Here's where the rubber meets the road. So now, every day, You got 3 mindset things that you're doing. These next 2 are now action steps that are going to help you to advance in your secret business. What are they? Well, number 4, if you want to win the day, you got to do all of these, not just 3. Number 4 is you got to do 5 touches a day. 5 touches a day. And no, I don't mean the Pillsbury Doughboy touch, Angel. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about 5 touches, 5 connects. Yeah. 5 connects. Connect with 5 people a day. A connection is what? A Facebook Messenger, reaching out to somebody. A connect is seeing somebody's post on Facebook and commenting on it, connecting with them. Sending somebody a text saying, hey, it's been a while. I just thought of you. Just wanted to check in to see how you're doing. Connect is calling somebody randomly, letting them know, hey, we haven't connected in a while. I just thought of you. Just wanted to say hi. You've been on my mind. How are you doing? How's the family? You form. The 5 connects have nothing to do with inviting, doing a presentation, doing an exposure. Now, could a connect lead to that? Yes, but every day, all you're doing is you're reaching out, outbound going connections, 5 connections, okay? 5 connections a day, every day. Everybody got that? Pretty simple. Last one, and maybe the most difficult for most. And the last one is 1 exposure, 1 demo a day. 1 exposure or 1 demo a day, at least 5 days a week. If you focused on doing that 5 to 6 days a week, maybe you take Sunday off, depending on where you're at with recharging and family time and church time or whatever it is that you believe in, is at least 5 or 6, 1 exposure, 1 demo a day. And what qualifies for that, the only thing that doesn't qualify for an exposure is the 2-minute sizzle video. Okay, the sizzle video will lead to an exposure, but and it kind of primes somebody up, but it doesn't create a full exposure. So a full exposure is what? Well, with Seacret's doing a demo. If you do a demo, that counts as an exposure. You can do an online exposure. The new Jefferson Santos or any of the top income earners, the new presentations that all of you now have access to, that 14-minute one, that counts as an exposure. If you reach out to somebody and they see that video, that counts as an exposure. If you do a live Zoom and get somebody on a live Zoom, leaders are doing one every single day, that counts as an exposure. You do a wow party at your house, that counts as an exposure. 5 people show up, you do a demo, a wow demo, that counts as 5 exposures for the day. So a minimum of 1 exposure a day. So what happens? You get to 11:30 at night and you haven't done your exposure, but you want to win the day. What you may want to do, knowing how important these simple things are, is reach out to somebody, say, hey, listen, I'm on a challenge and I have to get somebody to watch this 14-minute video before midnight tonight. Could you help me out and watch it? Right? Creating that sense of urgency, but having this simple structure and this context of, if I win the day, all I got to do with these 5 things. If you do more, awesome. It's just going to speed up your results. But at the minimum, every day. But here's the key, that there's got to be all these 5 things. So if you do 3 of these, but you don't do 2, then you didn't win the day, and you got to start all over again. If you did 4, but didn't do 1 of them, then you didn't win the day, and you got to start all over again. Now here's how powerful this simple system is. And you'll see it for yourself, the amount of growth, the amount of just new conversations, new experiences that'll start showing up for you, higher level challenges. And what you'll notice is, for a lot of people, there's 1 or 2. They're normally pretty simple to do 3 or 4. Like, oh, I could do 3 or 4 of those. But there's usually one of these that is the most difficult, and that's the exact one that you need to do more of. Because when you win the day, every day that you win, it compounds to the next. It compounds to the next. It compounds to the next. And you're starting to compound your success, and it starts happening faster. But in the beginning, here's what happens. You start doing it. You start doing it. And for some people that are in the instant gratification society, they're not Crown Royale this week, and they wonder, oh, this doesn't work. This win the day stuff. I'm not even Crown Royale, and I've been doing it for 7 days already. How many of us know people that's how they are? But here's the key. The key is doing it every day consistently. And what you'll start noticing is life, business, relationships, conversations start completely changing. But when you don't win the day, unfortunately, got good news, bad news. If you don't win the day, it's not like you just stop. So you won the day 7 days in a row. And again, we're giving you some grace. You can take 1 or 2 days off the weekend, depending on, you know, how fast you want to win, but at least 5 days a week. But if you don't win the day more than 5 days a week, what happens is you don't just stop where you're at. If you did 7 days in a row, you go back to the beginning of the line and you got to start all over again. That's how powerful and simple this is. So you want to keep building upon the successes. You want to focus on just winning today, because if you win today, then you set yourself up to win tomorrow. If you win tomorrow, then you could potentially win the week. And if you win the week, then you could potentially win the month. And if you win the month, you win in life. See, secret in hitting the top of the company or achieving any goal, it's not like people were born with a silver spoon in their mouth, that they're better than you are. I'm not better than any one of you. I just learned some simple things that I'm doing every single day, but I learned the right things to do at the right time. And that recipe for success has gotten Yvette and I to this level. And I'm literally putting it on a platter for you in a simple way. Now, are there other things that you can add onto it? Absolutely. But just to keep it simple. And then the last part is you must attend the next training. You must be committed to the next training, because that's going to reinforce the spaced repetition of growing. And just by a show of hands, how many of you are going to the View? Anybody here going to the View? Awesome. I'm going to lower the hands real quick. Me too. And how many of you are, raise your hand if you're serving at the View? How many of you are serving at the View? Also, just as many hands. That's awesome. All right, cool. So I'm gonna finish this with this, and then I'll open it up for questions. So those are the 5 things right there. All right. So here's the prizes that happen if you follow this simple process. The prizes that happen is, number 1, is the person that you start to becoming is more of the person of you, that version of you that's on purpose. That's not just reacting to life. That's not just reacting to all of the chaos that's happening out in the world. Is you actually start becoming the person you desire to become, you design to become, that you're on purpose with this information. Number 2, you upgrade your software. By the way, all of these things I'm sharing with you, this is not man-made. This is all comes from God, all of this information. So if you want to upgrade your software, then I'm just giving you a simple structure. I didn't create it. I just learned it and I applied it. So this is a great way to upgrade your software, because I go back to, again, if you're not where you want to be in life, in business, in finances, in your relationship, in your health, then you must know that it doesn't have to stay that way. That you could literally change your life 1 year from now. Life can be drastically different. 2 years from now, life can be a whole different. But if you stick with the same old software, it's impossible to upgrade your system and get to where you want to go if you're still playing an 8-track. Let me follow what I'm talking about. 8-track, CDs, whatever you call those cassette tapes back in the past. You got to upgrade your system. And the way to upgrade it is, you don't have to go through a whole traumatic experience to do it, but you got to start reprogramming your unconscious mind. I like to call it the super conscious mind, to help you get where you want. And what you'll notice with one of the prizes could also be you rank up. I mean, how cool would that be if, because you committed to a simple process, that you hit bronze, you hit royale, you hit silver, you hit gold, whatever it is that your goal wants, it could happen literally which is one person on the left, one person on the right. It could happen instantaneously, but you got to be in the right mindset to receive it. When we did this program, we had a special, we might do that again, but don't hold me to that just yet, because this was a training we did a while back. And then we did more communication and all that fun stuff. So that is the win the day structure. Anybody have any questions on that?
Hey, Dave, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Go ahead. Who's this?
It's Shamika.
All right, go for it, Shamika.
I'm driving, so I'm not going to be looking down in the camera. So I just want to say, oh my God, this has been mind-blowing to me. Just the little nuggets and how simple it is, because there's 3 things on that particular list that I absolutely do every single day. And I didn't know, and I'm like, God, what am I doing? Like, why am I still in the way? What am I doing? Why haven't I seen a difference or results? When affirmation, I do every single day. Reading in my word every single day. So there were 2 of the things that I was not doing every single day, but not realizing that I was not doing it. So for the light bulb to go off because of what you shared is literally amazing to me. It's amazing to me. And I'm thinking like, oh my God, that's it. Like, that is it. I'm talking to people, but do I do it? No, I don't. No, I don't. I do not do it every single day, however that may be. If it's reaching out, Facebook, text, call, or whatever, I don't do it every single day. And that's the key. You know, we expose 3 days a week, but that's 3 days. That's not every single day. So the small things, you know, it's like, there it is. There it is. So I just wanted to say that you are amazing. Thank you for clarifying every single day what has to be done in order to win in life, in order to become a better version of who you are, because everything that you are is inside you. You just have to have that belief system and do it every single day. Thank you.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing. And 2 things to add on top of that. And the first thing is, the win the day is, if you ever get a chance to read a book by Jeff Olson called The Slight Edge, and he talks about winning in life and in business is simple acts of discipline compounded over time. So win the day, you have to do it more days of the week than not. So I heard Tamika say sometimes she does things 3 days a week. If this is going to be a muscle that you own and you want to have progress, you have to do it more than not this week. So in other words, 3 days is less than 4, because 4 is more closer to 7 than 3 is. This is why 4 to 5, and I normally say between 5 and 6 days, is you're practicing that muscle that you're building, because the moment you stop, then that muscle starts to go away. That's number 1. So make sure that you're doing it more days than not. If you really want to win the week, you have to do it at least, I would say, 4 to 5 times a week. I would shoot for at least 5. Okay, that's the first thing. Number 2 is, why are we growing personally? Why are we reading our Bible? Why are we listening to audios? Why are we reading books? Why are we going to seminars and training? Well, my guess is you're not doing it because you're a selfish person and you just want to have the information yourself. So why are we doing all that? Well, this is why I love the industry of network marketing. Why? Because all the stuff that we learn, we literally have the opportunity to use what we learn and to see the results or the lack of results. So that's why the other 2 items there are action items. Action items that we know for a fact that if you do those 2 action items, 5 connects a day and 1 exposure a day, you're going to advance in your business. And here's the key: be okay with not succeeding right away real fast. I'm not here to say that you're going to sign up 30 people this month, but what I can share with you is if you follow this over the next year's time, you're for sure going to have at least 30 personals, and that might be more than what you currently have right now, because if you show enough people, you can mess it all up, and you're going to find the ones that are looking for you. And guess what? When you do the subliminal implementation of what it is, you'll find yourself speaking a different language, having more confidence. And when you have more confidence, when you're speaking to people, do you think that your sign-up ratio is going to go higher? Of course it is. So each piece of this puzzle all works together, but you got to do the action item in order for you to also start to realize all the work that you've been doing is working, that you are getting more confident, you are getting more successful, you are having more of an impact in the world. Does that make sense? Awesome. Any other questions, comments, concerns?
Hey, Uncle Dave.
What's up, baby?
I have, first of all, I'd like to share a little bit of a story. As you were going through, so I did hear the win the day strategy. I'm around Uncle Byron quite a bit. And so just unconsciously, I actually do 4 of the 5 things every day. And so, so I've been a little bit under the weather since I got back from boot camp. I think I run myself ragged a little. And, you know, I've been sleeping and waking in the nighttime. And this morning, like yesterday, I had a lot of time to think about what I really, really wanted to achieve and set some goals for myself. And this morning, or I think it was around like 4 o'clock in the morning, I woke up, and the first thing that I started doing was speaking my acceptance speech. As soon as I woke up, I was speaking my acceptance speech, and I was like, I'm just truly filled with gratitude for all the people that I have in my life for staying with me. You know, I know I'm 2 handfuls and then some. And, you know, I just started speaking it. And then, like, I started feeling it. And then I just really couldn't sleep anymore. And so I wanted to share that with you. I did have another question, and it's based on the comp plan. I'm not sure if you know this, but I know when to do star and then rising star, I actually have one of my agents who signs up a lot of customers, not necessarily agents, and they are high ticket customers. Do the customers also count for the 300 QB to get you to rank in the star and rising star, or is it just agents?
No, it absolutely counts. It's considered volume, and it's considered commissional volume. So yes, the packs are just to make it easier for agents to choose and pick and get somebody at that price point. But yes, absolutely, customers count. And remember, the customers get they don't necessarily go on a side. It depends on which is your short volume, and all of those customer orders, QB and CV, will go into that side. So it'll trigger cycles based on the 300 volume that trigger cycles. So yes.
Oh, perfect. Thank you so much for the clarification. Yeah,
you got it, BB. Great question. And again, we obviously still want to get customers for sure. That's amazing. You got a team member that's focused on that, which is awesome. And then obviously agents is also another big part, because now you have new franchises that are opening up that can expand your business and new customers and new volume. So absolutely.
Thank you so much, first of all. Second of all, you asked earlier, you know, what was a big takeaway from boot camp? And I had an agent who, for her first time going, like, she's new to Seacret, and she's done some, you know, she's made some money with us. But she came back and she was fired up. And when I wasn't feeling well, like, she calls me and checks on me, and she's like, hey, I need you. Like, you know, she's like pulling me out of bed, kind of, sort of. And I was like, man, I am so blessed again to have these people around me that continue to sharpen me and make me better. So thank you for doing this and taking your time out. I really appreciate you for that, Uncle D.
You got it, baby. Thank you. I'm looking forward to seeing you walk the stage as well at the View. That'd be so much fun. And for each of you as well. I got a question here. I see Anthony G says, yes, I'm sitting here listening at work, realizing that I didn't know what I wasn't doing. I've been busy being busy. I appreciate the honesty, buddy. I know what that looks like. I was just reminded, like it was said the first day of training in the SSA Hub, it was said or asked, how much longer are you going to perfect the irrelevant? Yep, I remember that. It's way past time to put all of the life lessons to action. Let's grow. Awesome, Anthony. Thank you for sharing, buddy. All right, anybody else have any questions, comments, concerns? I see Janelle also put something in here. It says the skin pack, nutrition pack, and travel pack for customer only is $375 and 300 QV. Yes, and actually, it's actually also, just to add to that, it's 150 CV. And remember, we get paid cycles on 150 on the CV. So $300 pack. 375 is the retail. If they become agent, then it goes to 300 and they pay the 49. So they do save some money there. But this is why you need two sales on the left and 4 sales on the right, 300 and 600 cumulative volume CV in order to trigger a cycle. So each one of the builder packs is 150 CV. And remember, we cycle based off the CV. We need 300 on the left and 600 on the right. So every time 150 CV comes in, which is equivalent to a $300 pack, then you have an opportunity to cycle. And it doesn't only have to be the pack, just so you know. People can buy stuff a la carte, and as long as it triggers that $300 QV, that's 150 CV going into the binary for you to cycle. And here's the key, just so you know. Don't get so confused on the comment. You guys are going to learn all that. Just know that if you make 6 personal sales with the bonuses that are happening right now, and I encourage you, each of you, to go for that, that's $450 that you would have earned for those 6 sales, including the personal commissions and the cycle bonus and that extra bonus that's there. So that's on the table. And again, the only way that's going to happen, you want to know how to make 6 sales personally? Very simple. Show 30 people. You show 30 people, you're going to get 6 customers. That's just the average. Some of you might get more. Some of you might get a little bit less. But on average, showing 30, and it's not like the other 24 just completely say no. A lot of the other 24s, they have issues just like, as Sean said, we're all a hot mess. You know, we don't have any money. We don't have any time. We have all these limiting beliefs. So they might just say, it's not for me, or I don't have the time, I don't have the money. So it's not a no, it's just, it's not for me right now. So even by showing 30, let's just say, again, if you want to go fast, instead of waiting a whole month, what if you just showed 30 in the next week? And we threw out a fun, just friendly contest for each of you to go show 30. Just to go show 30. And if the invitation was, hey, listen, I'm in a contest, I need to show this video to 30 people, could you help me out? And sending that message as an invite to people. Some are going to say yes, some are going to say no. Do not get attached to what they say. And if you focus on just getting 30, chances are you're going to have at least 6 that say, oh my God, this is cool. I've been looking for something like this. Can you tell me more? Can you tell me, how do I sign up? And you'll have at least 6 sales earning you $450. And that's a great way to start creating a story for yourself coming out of boot camp. That makes sense? All right, I see another comment here. Do we need to make adjustments in our back office for which leg newly enrolled people will go, or will it automatically do the 2 and 4? That's a great question. So 2 things on that. The first thing is the settings in your back office are set for if you send somebody your Seacret website and they sign up from the front of your Seacret website, and the default is alternating left, right, left, right, left, right. That's what the default is. So the first thing I would recommend is, if you're going to enroll people, that you walk them through the enrollment over the phone, or put them in yourself in your back office, so that you know exactly where they're going and where you want to place them. You can put that into your binary. If you do want to put your setting on there, then you may want to change the setting to outside left lesser leg or outside lesser leg. So depending on which one it is, if you put outside build lesser leg, it's always going to put the new sale on the outside. And remember, these is only agents. Customers only get auto-populated on your lesser leg. But I would recommend going to your back office and putting that setting on your binary. As a matter of fact,
On the binary tree, Dave?
yeah, it's a setting in your back office. When you log into your back office, all the way up in the upper left-hand corner, there's a little silver wheel. If you click on that silver wheel, it'll bring a drop down that says My Website. And under My Website, you're going to see the settings. Actually, let me see if I can find it here. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can show you guys. All right, you guys see over here where it says, right over here where it says Manage My Website. If you go to Manage My Website, what you see right over here where it says binary placement. Actually, hold on. Let me share my
Dave, we
screen.
don't see your screen.
Yeah, sorry about that. Let me make sure this is it. Okay. So right over here, if you're looking over here where it says the little silver dot, where it says Manage My Website, click onto that. And then that's going to take you right over here to this area and where it says binary placement. I personally have my setting. Normally what it is, it's this one, and that's for brand new people so that it alternates automatically. But if you have a team and you have a strong leg on one side, then you may want to put it on lesser leg volume over here so that it always goes to your weaker leg. And again, that's when you're signing up somebody or somebody's signing up as an agent and buying one of the packs. That's what this setting is for. If you're just registering a customer, that volume is automatically going to go to your lesser leg volume, and they're not going to be in the genealogy because they're not an agent, they're just a customer. And then just make sure, one last thing, when you do the changes here, go all the way down to the bottom and press save. If you don't do that, then it's not going to save and it's going to stay the same setting.
Thank you.
You got it. All good? Who is committed to doing the win the day every day for at least the next part of your life?
I am.
All right. Here's what I'm going to encourage you guys to do. If you guys want, for those of you that we have chat communications, is to share some of your declarations. If you would like for me to read them over and maybe tweak them or say, hey man, this is awesome, great job, this is a great declaration, or you may want to consider tweaking it and doing it this way so that it's more impactful for your subconscious mind. Feel free to put it in the chat or tag me on it and send it to me, and I can help with some of those. And we'll also, what I would love is for you guys in the community, if this was impactful for you, this is also going to be on a replay and the recording, that I think it would be kind of cool if on the win the day, if whether it be on the Facebook group, and I don't even know where, but one of the keys to doing the win the day is accountability. And I know not everybody's going to do it, but for those of you that are committed, if you want to post in there, I won the day, or in our WhatsApp chats, just to put that energy out there that you're holding yourself accountable, that, you know what, I won the day today. Man, I didn't win the day. I only did 4 out of the 3 things. And just keep the communication train going within your respective groups and teams of winning the day, because I'm telling you, if you win the day and you inspire other people to win the day, what you'll start noticing is not only will your secret business start to grow and advance, but you as a human being are going to have way more impact with the people in your life, your local community, your friends, your family. It truly is a powerful system, but you got to do the 2 actions. The reason to get all personally developed is not for you to sound good, is for you to go out and impact the world. And the only way you're going to impact the world is by taking action. And those 2 action steps is what's going to get you to the next level in your secret business. So thank you guys. I appreciate you guys. We look forward to staying in communication. If there's anything I can do to help support you, feel free to reach out. If you're watching this on the replay, let us know the 2 most impactful things that you got from this this Zoom. We are going to be putting it in the chats and on the page. So if you need to review it, once it's uploaded, feel free to review it. And thank you guys so much. You know what would be really cool is that if we said goodbye and all of us unmuted ourselves and said goodbye, would be super awesome. You guys can unmute yourself.
Dave, goodbye. I just got in. I watched the replay.
Okay, thank
Bye,
you.
Dave. Thank you.
Bye, love you
Bye.
guys.
Bye.
Bye, Dave.
Hi, Dave.
Thank
I'm
you, guys.
about to go to the store. Get
Bye,
me a new
Dave.
journal.
Dave.
Hey, everybody, you guys.
Hi, Dave.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Dave. Shout
Thank
out,
you for the
Dave.
teaching, Dave. Look at all my notes.
Yes, appreciate you.
Love you guys.
Hey, for all those that are still on,